Hello everyone, welcome back to another speed build. Today I am building I'm not building the apartment, I'm renovating an apartment. It is 910 Medina Studios. It is the smallest apartment we have on offer in the Sims 4 apartment. Not apartment life, that's Sims 2. The Sims 4 City Living is where I was trying to go with that. But this is gonna end up being the cutest little studio flat ever. And I mean ever. It's so cute. The sim I had in mind for this build, I like the idea of her being like a brand new, newly qualified like teacher, just moved out on her own, first time living away from her parents. She's like a big craft fan. She loves cross stitch, as you will end up seeing eventually. But yeah, she's just kind of like an artsy craftsy kind of. I pictured her as like a primary school age teacher, something like that, or elementary school, I suppose, if you're American. Basically like a younger years kind of teacher. And I really, really like this build. It's not my style at all. I'm not one for super duper cluttered stuff in terms of like the way I like builds to look. I'm probably super cluttered in real life, but yeah, in The Sims I'm not the best at cluttering places as much as I probably should. But I think I definitely went for it in this one. This pegboard as well, super helpful when it comes to clutter, because you can just hang everything from it. You've got tea towels, you've got mugs, there's like utensils, there's a knife rack, there's pan racks. All sorts can go on this pegboard, which is awesome. And I figured it was a cute way to store like your kitchen clutter, and it works really nicely and looks super awesome for sure. Just clearing up like the shelves and stuff here. I really like this kitchen set. It's from a simmer, I think, called Baz. I want to say Baz. It's I think it's Baz. I will try, if it's not a link in the description already, then remind me, because I want to put it as a link. It's really cool. I believe it's relatively new as well, so it'd be really cool to send the creator some love. And it's a little bit different from some other ones I've seen. There's a lot more metal work, which is nice. It goes alongside the wood quite well. And I've also got these under-counter versions of the Maxis washing machines, which I think is really cool and something you see a lot, especially in the UK. A lot of UK like washing machine and tumble dryers end up under counters. My washing machine in my flat is under my kitchen counter, right where my coffee machine is, and my kettle. So yeah, right in the center of the kitchen. So you do see it a lot. They also did a version of the mini fridges that goes under a counter as well. So that's really exciting. Those were on Mod The Sims. So they're also really cool, and I will try and remember to put a link to those in the description. Can't do that with everything. I need to really, really think about curating a CC list, because at this point I've got so much, and it's all so cool that I want to share it with everybody. But man, it's effort. Now you can start seeing the idea of her being a bit of a cross-stitch fan coming into play. I've got these really cute like cross-stitch sets of artwork from Butternut Sims, and there's so many variations of it. Like there's like slightly witchy ones, there's like lots of cacti and all that sort of stuff, and then also like festive ones and all that sort of stuff, so that's really cool. But I kind of went with plant ones to begin with. There's a couple of other ones that I dot around the place, but I really didn't want to use any with like actual English words on them. I really like the immersion of having everything in a Sims home be Simlish. here I am just messing around with a new bit of CC I got. You'll see that in another reno that I've got coming next week. I fitted an entire 100 baby challenge family into a rather small apartment. I mean, if you've seen 19 Culpeper House, you'll know what I mean. So look forward to that one, guys. This little bedroom area is super duper cute. I use the wainscoting by Peacemaker to add a bit of detail to this lovely, lovely wallpaper, which is also by Butternut Sims. More of the cross stitch here. Unfortunately, there is 2 different frame colours for these cross stitches, and they mix in the sets. So some of the sets have like the slightly more beechwood frames, and some don't. But it's not like set dependent. They just mix and match, I guess. So I was trying to find ones that matched, and it probably wasn't my best plan because it didn't really work out too well. But I've got some other cute little paintings here. I just like the idea of this sim being like a super duper art fan, but like cute art, if that makes sense. Because you can be an art fan and not like really like super, like, what's the right word? I don't know. If you like having art in your home, it's a little different to liking like all the modern art that you go to galleries for. That's kind of what I was going for, I guess. Maybe. But moving into the living room area now, I decided to use a dresser as the kind of TV console area. I figured that was a good way to use a space, considering the fact that it's only a tiny little studio. So I really, really like that. I love this sofa. I've used it in the Brightchester townhouses, and I will use it again. And it also looks awesome in that pink. Cluttered it up with a ton of cushions, which become a bit of a theme in this house. As I say, it's overly cluttered towards the end, so look forward to that, guys. Yeah, I like the idea of this sim being like a bit of, not a couch potato really, but like doing a lot of her work at the coffee table in the living area. So I've put a lot of like marking and books and some magazines and stuff like that on the table there, as well as a mug. Perhaps she was drinking like tea or coffee just before I came in and decided to take screenshots of the build. I don't know. The idea is it's meant to be lived in. So that's what I was going for. I also have this lovely cute set of little photo frames, which is great. It's really nice as well. The pack came with a blank one so that you could insert your own artwork if you did want to mess around in like the Sims 4 studio, which is something I've been meaning to do. I mean, I'm not bad at using Blender. It's something I did as like a little side project at work at one point, and so I have dabbled in Blender, and I'd love to do something where I make an object or something, but it takes a lot of practice and time to be really like skilled. So maybe I'll give it a go one day and document it, but for now let's not. Also, can we talk about this lovely, I just banged the microphone, I'm so sorry. This lovely little extension set to go with the tiny living, the dressers. It's literally an add-on set, so you'd have like the standard one with like the 3 sets of drawers. Then there was one without the legs that was the same size. And then there was this end table sized one with just like the duo of drawers, which kind of ends up looking more like an end table than a dresser, but still works as a dresser. And you could have that one with or without feet as well. And I thought it was a really nice touch. Really handy as well for just fitting more into tiny spaces, which is awesome. This is where the cushions become a thing. They're a little wild by the end of this. I don't know. I feel like most people, when they move into their first flat, especially girls, end up being gifted a cushion or 2. I know I bought 1 cushion for my house, for my flat rather, and we have, as a couple, probably about 7 or 8 now. So they were either gifts or hand-me-downs from family. So If you ever move out, expect lots of cushions without even realizing it. It doesn't help that my mum is, bless her heart, she's a crafter through and through. She loves that sort of stuff. She's got a Cricut, so she makes a bunch of like iron-on designs and stuff. So she made us personalized cushions each, which are gorgeous, and I love them. But again, loads of cushions. Now this bathroom that I've been doing, it's I really like the idea of using like the yellow bathroom. Apartments don't always have the nicest bathrooms, especially the older apartments. I'm lucky. My apartment is relatively new. The entire building was built in 2003, so after I was born for sure. So yeah, I'm not one of these unfortunate folks, but sometimes these apartments that you get can be quite dated, I suppose is the right word. And I like the idea of going for that in this particular build. I figured like shove like a pink counter in there with like a yellow sink, and all matching like plumbing, and even like the medicine cabinet's like yellow. I really like that idea. And I stuck a few bits of like laundry stuff in there as well, just to add something to the flat. And both rooms do have laundry stuff in them so that they can collect all the laundry on your behalf, which is really nice. And yeah, just kind of adding in the finishing touches, a few extra bits of artwork here and there just to fill up the walls a bit. And we'll be getting onto the pictures very shortly, I imagine. So yeah, it's a very different build for me, as I'm sure you can see. It's one of these super duper cluttered ones that you don't expect from me of all people, but I really love it and I pushed the boat out with it. And yeah, I'm really happy with the pictures and how it all turned out. So thank you all ever so much for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see from me for sure. If there's any like build ideas you want me to try, then let me know. And yeah, thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.